Welcome, this is MDog. Okay, so we've been getting into Starbound here in the last 24 to 48 hours. 24 hours. So this video is intended to be a walkthrough through the beginning of Starbound, getting you through the tutorial missions, talking a little bit about first impressions. This certainly is not going to be advanced gameplay. If you are already knee-deep in Starbound, then I'm sure you would be able to teach me quite a few things. If you're considering purchasing Starbound, this would give you an opportunity to see what is it like when you first load in, what are some of the challenges you're facing, and so hopefully this will be a beneficial experience if you are someone like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, you see I've got three characters here. We've got MDog, and then we had a little bit of an issue trying to play with Artrex from Artrex Gaming, and we had some difficulties in getting the server set up successfully, and so kind of had a couple of false starts. So I ended up creating MDog Jr., which is the character that I've been using the little bit of time I've had to play, and I could log into that character and show you some things, but what I think I want to do for this video is actually start afresh. So we're going to use Groundwing here, who's a different race, and completely do a fresh start and let you see what that process is like. By the way, if you're having any difficulties getting your server set up, or if you're getting the password error once you do have the server started and trying to log into it, or if you just want a heads up on some of that, what that process is like, do check out the earlier video I released where through many Google searches and trying different things, I sort of found my way to figure out how to do that process. It's not difficult, but there's some places you can get hung up if you don't do it just right. So let's go ahead and get started and see what this is like as a new player coming into Starbound for the first time. So what they do is a really nice ease you into it system with these starting quests. And we're playing on normal mode, so if we die, which you can, I mean, early game can be some of the most dangerous times. I would say that, and then later when you have a false sense of security with your gear level and weapon, you might start exploring to more dangerous places than you probably should. That's another dangerous time. But early on can be dangerous because as each planet is procedurally generated, you don't know exactly what you're going to be getting into, how readily the resources will be, or how dangerous the local creatures might be when you get down there. And since we will obviously not start off with much in terms of gear, that can be a little tricky. So this first quest is basically a very simple thing for us to find. Does it say? Yes, the matter manipulator. And this is a picture of what it looks like. And this is something you'll use the whole time you're playing. So this is an important tool for us to find. So we come here and look. Oh, look, it's the ship locker. This is where you can store things actually on your ship. And look, what do you know? Matter manipulator. So I'm going to left click on this, and it immediately went to my number 1 slot. So when I hit number 1 now, and I'll show you this an example in a minute, I'll bring the matter manipulator will be what I'm using. I do want to go ahead and get my flashlight and put that down here, get my sword and put that here, and this represents the left mouse click. So anytime I use, and because this is a two-handed weapon, anytime I use left or right mouse click, I'm going to be swinging this starter sword, which is a broken phoenix sword. And you see the stats it has right there. The other thing I want to do is get a torch, and I'm going to put this on 8, and that's just a whole particular thing for me. I've used to having torches on 8 or 9, and so since I've done that in the past, I will do that again. We have some wheat seeds and some feather crown seeds. Now, I think wheat seeds are pretty standard. Feather crown is the one you get determined by which race you choose to use. But we're not going to focus right here at the beginning on planting, so we'll leave those in the ship locker. Now we get the message that we have completed this, so it gives us 10 pixels, and this is going to be your in-game currency. You'll see up here, pixels times 10. Accept that reward. And those will be what you use for a lot of things, purchasing things from vendors in the game, but even more commonly than that, when you do significant upgrades to equipment and crafting things, you'll often have a pixel cost. So that's sort of in-game currency across several different functions. Now, the next thing they want us to do is search the planet for fuel, and we're going to need tools, so we'll need to make ourselves a crafting table. So we got to use our teleportation platform, beam down to the planet, and find what we need to create a crafting table. Now, let's go ahead and look and see what else is on the ship in case we don't make it back up here for this video. There is tech, which I've done nothing with. So don't look at me. I have no idea. Also, there's a 3D printer. This is a very cool thing. And what you can do is you can scan items into your 3D printer. And once you have done that for a certain amount of pixels, you can then scan them and recreate that item. So if you find something in the world that you just really love and you say, well, hey, I want to decorate this castle I'm building and I want to have 10 of these particular paintings or whatever, this is how you could reproduce those instead of searching everywhere across the many worlds to try to find more paintings like that one. So that's a pretty cool feature. Next, you can go into the cockpit area, and I hit E to open this door. E is going to be a button you will press many a time in this game. Of course, moving left to right is going to be your A and D buttons, and then putting S is going to duck down as such. And you'll notice I'm always looking to the right. Even though I'm moving backwards, I'm looking to the right. Well, you can change that with your mouse. Whichever side of your person your mouse is what way they're going to look. It's kind of a cool system that becomes second nature once you're used to it. Alright, so what did I just do? Pulled up. Oh, this is fuel. This is where if you have coal or other fuel, you can dump it into your ship. And once you have enough fuel, you can start exploring the universe. That's not something we'll be doing in this video. And then you have your captain seat where you can sit down. You can set what your home is. Once you have set a home in a planet, you can go home from anywhere, or you can put coordinates in. And there's a community online where you can look up coordinates, find specific planets. And this, of course, is where we are, and this shows the other planets that are around in this same system that we're currently in. So, but we are going to need to go down to the planet we're in and explore it. And this, I told you I'd show you what the matter manipulator looks like, and this is what it looks like. So that's going to be what we use, especially here in the beginning, quite a bit. Over here on the right side of the screen, you see this arrow down. That's going to send me down to the planet Alpha Celestio 41 4B. Now, we're fortunate here. Okay. I am taking damage, and I'm not sure what from. Is it from this guy? This guy up here? This is really weird. We're not going to make it in time. Now, this is embarrassing, but I have no idea what just happened. Oh, look. The bird is reborn. I don't know if it's that this planet is not inhabitable, which that would be weird for a starter planet, but that seems to be the case. Maybe it's this rain is some kind of like acid rain. Are we still taking damage? We're not. So is it the rain? Yeah, it's the rain. So this is some sort of acid rain. Wow. Okay, that is not what I was expecting. Now you'll see from using this manipulator, I'm collecting this dirt. And right now it's in the 2 slot. Well, if I open up my inventory, I can then move it. I like to have dirt in the 0 spot. And you'll end up using that a lot. You see, if I pull up the dirt, I can attach it. As long as it's attached to something, you can pretty much put it anywhere that's pretty close to you. So we'll end up using that a lot. Well, we really cannot do a lot until it stops raining. So we'll just slowly work down here with our manipulator, we really want to build tools. And that's why the first quest it has for us to do down here is get resources so that we can build a crafting table, which will lead to us being able to build tools. And what I'm going to do is, since this is the place we spawn down, I recommend when you first spawn down to a planet, first of all, I recommend you go to a planet that doesn't have acid rain, because that is not very fun. Second of all, I recommend you build some sort of starting base or cave or whatever in the area right close to where you spawn down at. And the reason why I say that is because anytime you go up to your ship and then come back down, you'll come down to this starting area. So you might as well have your sort of first place that you've set up be close to here. Just makes for further or less distance to have to travel, and it's safer too, because above ground there's a pretty, some planets, pretty dense amount of creatures that may attack you on sight. Alright, so I think what we'll do is go ahead and finish this off, and we're going to go down one more layer just so that it doesn't feel so claustrophobic right here. And you see the matter manipulator can collect 2 by 2, so it's getting basically one square. And that's one advantage of the tools, is that they do collect matter. Whether you're getting dirt or cobblestone or ore or whatever, they collect it a little more quickly, in like a 3 by 3 radius, I believe is what it is. Alright, so we've got a little bit more wiggle room here. See, we're still raining acid up there. And now what I want to do is show you something else, and this is kind of interesting. So I've been using this matter manipulator by holding down the left click to sort of get this, ore and other materials. Now I want to show you, if I hold down the right mouse button with this manipulator, or if I had a tool, it's going to do something different. Because you'll notice that even though I've dug out the ground and the cobblestone in the foreground of the picture, there's also material back behind. And so if I hold down right click, I take that material as well. And now it's like there's a window and you can kind of see outside. And same thing with placing dirt. If you place it with the right button, you'll fill that hole in the background, versus if you do it with the left button, you're going to fill it in the foreground like we just did. So that's a cool little trick that, oh look, it's not raining. Now let's go see if this guy's going to be friendly or not. Nope, it is not a friendly. So we're gonna show a little combat here. Using the starter sword to fight here is a little sketchy, but we did kill him, so yay for us. And the important thing we need to do right now is get the wood, and I will show you why in just a moment here. But we're going to use the matter manipulator. Until we have an axe, we have to do it this way. It is an unfortunately very slow process compared to what you can do later, but we're going to go ahead and cut down this tree, gather some wood and probably some seeds. It looks like actually only wood. No, we did get one strange seed. Okay. So now what we want to do is I want to show you the crafting menu. You can do some basic crafting even though you don't have a crafting table yet. So let's uncheck materials available and let's just look at this list. You can make the crafting table, which is what our quest is, and to do that we need 35 wood planks. Torches, you need coal and unrefined wood. Climbing rope, you need iron bar and plant fiber. Wood platform, an avian flag, which is basically just our race flag. Wood planks, which we need to convert the wood to wood planks to make our crafting table. A campfire, which is really good if you're on a cold planet. It is the fastest way to increase your body temperature, at least that you have starting out. But it also is the way that you cook uncooked meat to feed yourself, which we're going to need to do very soon. Hunting bow takes 1 plant fiber and unrefined wood. That's something we'll want to prioritize very soon. And also bandages so that you can heal. That's something else we'll want to prioritize. Alright, let's go ahead and turn our unrefined wood into wood planks. And we'll do as many as we can. And now let's go back to the crafting wooden table and see how many more we need. Well, we need 8 more. So let's go get another tree. I see some creatures down there on the lower left-hand side of the screen, and my camera is blocking them from your view, I believe, but I'll move so you can see them better. It looks like they are actually tunneled in, so if we keep tunneling too far, we may actually end up running into them. And this tree is about to go. Get some more wood here and some more seeds. And so you see them down there. Here's some more creatures. Now these may be friendly, or they might attack us on sight. And then down here in the in the ground, you see some coal. And you kind of get used to what the different ores and coals and different things look like. These guys seem to be friendly. See, we walk right by them. They don't attack us. Yay, friendly. Alright, now we can go back to crafting, and let's make another wood plank set, and let's see how many more we need. We need 5 more. Should need 2 more now. Now we can make a wood crafting table. So we'll go ahead and craft that. It automatically got put in one of our numbered slots since they're open. If any slots are open, then as soon as you craft something or collect something, it will automatically go up there. Quest complete. Our next quest is obtain an alien meat by killing a monster with a bow and cook it on a campfire to produce cooked alien meat. So we need to create a bow, and we'll go back and figure out what we need to do that. But first, let's go ahead and put our crafting table down. Now the nice thing about this game is, let's say in a little while we make a bigger hole here or a better place to set up base. All you have to do is use your manipulator on an item, and boom, it's back in your inventory. Okay, so very cool there. Alright, let's go to the crafting table and look at the hunting bow. All we need to finish this is 1 plant fiber. Okay, so let's get our manipulator out and let's see. I don't think any of this is going to give us plant fibers. That may be something we have to get underground. So let's do that. Let's go look a little bit underground and see what we can find. We'll do one more square here, and then I'm going to check something else out. We are going to want to make a... And see, the crafting table, or all of the crafting menus, is very self-explanatory. So I'm going to click on the Tools button, and let's go down and see, to make a stone pickaxe, what do we need? We need 19 more wood planks. Well, look, it is worth doing that right now. And I don't remember if that's a quest we would get later, but regardless, we're going to go do that, because that will speed up the process so much for us mining and creating, making progress to find some stuff underground. Go ahead and do one more. We got 42 unrefined wood from that one. Some more wood and some more seeds, so that's very helpful. Alright, so let's go to let's go to basic crafting, just to make it easier on us, and we'll turn some of these wood planks. That should be enough. Now we'll go here, look at tools, and let's go to a stone pickaxe. We have enough of everything we need, and now we have our stone pickaxe. Now I like having stone pickaxe on the 2 slot. Of course it doesn't matter, but that's what we're going to do. Now let's just see how much faster this is. And you see, all of a sudden now we are going on a 3:3 ratio instead of the 2:2. Or maybe it's a 3:2. I should look at this more closely. Alright, this is a good opportunity for us to see what torches do. We're going to put this torch right here and watch what happens all around us. That light not only keeps us warm, but it also shows us what is in a fairly decent vicinity of the torch. Alright, we're going to go down a level here. And we're just trying to get a lay of the land a little bit here. And this is going to be, in just a minute, a good place to put another torch here. Alright, we'll go ahead and throw up another torch. And so now we see there is actually not much around us other than the dirt that we're digging through here. So let's try to get going a little further in one direction. We really need to find something to make the wooden bow, bow with, so we can cook some food and eat something. And you see the torches, the light that they put off is not that far. And this would probably be actually a good point to go ahead and put another one up, just to make sure we're not about to get into something real dangerous here. Perfect. Okay. So this is going to be an opportunity for us to talk about a lot of different things here. And first of all, let's deal with the vines, because we need these vines for the fibers. This is what we were looking for to make our bow. And you'll see all of the fibers that come off. And we run over those, we got 18 plant fibers. Now, the next thing to look at is this little silver thing here. And you'll find these all over the place. And it gives you pixels. So we just got 6 pixels from that, which is very helpful. Oh, we have some more interesting colored dirt down here. There's some sort of ore or something that we can go check out. But right now, what we need to do, and we really don't need to wait on this, is let's go produce our bow. I think we can now. Alright, our hunting bow has been crafted, and my personal preference is to keep the hunting bow. Usually I actually keep it at 5 because I'll have an axe and a hoe on 3 and 4, but for now, well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and move it to 5 so our finger is used to where it is. And so now we have a hunting bow. Now, if you shoot the hunting bow at just the right time, when it glows, you'll shoot what's like a super shot and do the most damage. If you do it too quick, it barely goes. It'll just kind of go limp right in front of you. And if you wait too long, it's not a super shot, but it's still a pretty strong shot. Alright, so it is nighttime in game. So we really don't want to be out in the wilderness, let's say, because this is a time where the creatures are more aggressive and more dangerous creatures come out. So since we don't really have any upgraded gear or weapons, we probably don't want to just go gallivanting around up there. The bottom of the screen, you'll notice something going on the interface. That is your body temperature. And as you see right now, our body temperature is decreasing. You see the green symbol going to your left? And so that's something that we're going to have to keep our eye on. And the way to increase it is get close to a torch. Now you see it's increasing. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out and see what this special sort of dirt is over here. It might just be kind of sand or something. No, that is copper ore. And I think this is the first time that I've been on a planet with this colored dirt, and so I'm not used to what some of the ores look like in this particular color. Okay, so we've got some copper ore now, which is great. That is something we're going to want. Let's see. Let's make this a little easier on us. Do a little step system here. We've got to get rid of that last piece of the vine before we can take that piece of dirt out that's really annoying me. vines take forever until you can build an axe. Alright, we got the fiber. And that is a good thing that we could do while we're waiting for daytime. Because remember, our quest right now is to kill a creature with the bow so that we can get some meat. Whoa. Let's get some bandages. We made 8 bandages. It's in the number 4 slot, so if I hit 4 and then left click on it, you see my health in the top left hand side of the screen is going up. We're going to do it a couple of times here. The green is your sort of stamina or energy if you're using resource-based weapons like a gun or other things that use resources to use the weapon. There is no ammunition. It's just uses resources, and so you can't use it too much or you'll run out of power or whatever they're going to call it in this game. Alright, but what I wanted to do here before we decided to attack that thing was let's look at our tools, and let's see, to get a stone axe we simply need more wood planks. And I think that we can make enough wood planks right now to possibly be able to do that. Let's see if that's enough. Because if we can go ahead and have an axe, that will cut down the time that for getting more trees. Alright, so there we go. Now we want to take this copper ore and we're going to put the axe in the number 3 slot. And really, I usually keep bandages. I actually think I normally keep bandages in the 8 spot and torches in the 9. None of this matters, it's just what you get used to. It's kind of hard to teach an old dog new tricks sort of thing. So now let's go check out how much faster the axe will cut down these vines, okay? This is going to be a big improvement. Of course, if I would stand still and do it, it would show you a lot better. So there's how much quicker it is. Alright, we need another torch. Okay, let's get our axe out again. And it's no worries. I mean, if you hit the torch, all that does is it puts the torch back in your inventory. So it's no big deal. Wanted to see if that was just cobblestone. Yeah, I think it was. It was just darker because it was in the background instead of the foreground. Alright, so looking at our quest, what we're right now is working on is the bow killing an enemy. And so we don't necessarily need to go much further here. Let's kind of stay close to home. If we made that hole a little bigger, they would fall down in here with us. There are a lot of ways that you can use the environment, even dirt, to your advantage where you don't run the risk of getting hurt as much. Come on, jump up, buddy. We don't really want to risk him resetting. There we go. You're much more likely to get food from an alien if you kill it with the hunting bow. You're much more likely to get pixels from a creature that you kill if you kill it with any other weapon. Alright, so what we need now is a campfire. Craft a campfire, and we'll put that... Where did it go? It didn't go into our inventory, so let's find the campfire, put it in the number 6 spot to put it down. Oh, you can tell we are getting cold. The reason why the screen was moving like that, this must be a really cold planet. Our body temperature fell so fast, even though we're close to the surface of the planet. If the planet is really cold, then you have to be very careful about temperature. Alright, so the campfire warmed us up nice and quick. Let's find where that raw meat is. It went into the 4 spot. If you put it in your campfire and cook. By the way, I'm opening up Campfire, I'm opening up Crafting Table, all of that, and everything else is with E. Anytime you need to open something up, it's with E. Alright, quest complete. Alright, let's see what's next. It's time to craft a furnace. You'll need to obtain some cobblestone, a campfire, and some coal. If you'd like to know exactly how much of each you need, accessing crafting table. Alright, furnace is what we need to build. Let's find the furnace. Stone furnace requires... We already have enough cobblestone, and so all we need is a campfire. Now we could pull up the campfire we already built, but let's don't do that. Let's go to another campfire, construct it, and now let's go back to furnace. Now we have enough to craft the furnace. That went into our 6 spot. We finished that reward, and now what they want us to do is obtain 2 iron ore and smelt it in the furnace to get an iron bar. So this is going to require some mining, obviously. Alright, so here's our furnace. We'll put it up here near the crafting table. This is our little crafting area. And you see you open the furnace the same way. Now we can smelt this copper. We got 10 copper ore, so that should turn into 5 copper bars, which we can then use to craft better gear, armor, and other things. Eventually, like a copper tool. Instead of our stone pickaxe, we have a copper pickaxe. So copper is really important, especially early game. But what we're actually looking for this quest is the iron. So this may take a little bit more. Alright, one thing we want to do is we want to replenish our torches. So we're going to go back to crafting, look at torches. We need coal to get torches, so we need to keep our eye out for coal right now. Because right now we have none of it. You see we're in water, which there is one race that can swim fast and breathe underwater. It's not the race we're playing though, so we do have to be careful about not getting stuck underwater or something, but you can go underwater for a limited amount of time before it starts to negatively impact you. Our head is staying above water, so we're good. And of course, as you can probably tell and are probably shouting out, this is a good time for a torch. And that was perfect, because look what that showed us, that there is some stuff over here we need to go check out. So let's do it. And you see the water redistributes when you make, and I don't know if you could tell the difference there, but you could tell from the sound that we went underwater there. Okay, now the water is going to all be pooled up together. So what we want to do is go ahead and make this a bigger area so that the water is more shallow. And then we'll dig down a little bit and make the pool more on this side. Alright, now we just have a little shallow part over here, nothing to worry about. And let's dig down here and see what this is. Coal. Very good. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to crafting. You see we just got some coal, and we should have enough to make 4 torches. So now we have 11 torches, and we'll need to keep making more and more, just so that we can continue to explore and find good places to mine and hopefully find some iron. So let's sort of make a place right here, and let's start going this direction. And just like Minecraft or Terraria, other games like it, you do spend a lot of your time mining, gathering resources. And what that leads to, of course, is getting better tools, better gear, and even building structures, houses. And if that's the kind of thing you enjoy, in my opinion, Starbound is as fun as anything I've played in this type of genre. And I think it's fair to say I probably need a little more time in it to do any sort of exhaustive criticism of the game, or even comparison to something like Minecraft, which I have played a good bit of. But this game struck me from the first time I played it, a couple days ago, and as I started to get into it, there's just so many things I like about this game that it really has grabbed my attention. Very much enjoying it. And maybe one of the best things, and I think Artrex from Artrex Gaming would argue the best thing about this game, is you see we're getting some iron ore there, and that's what we need. This looks like gold down here, which is even more rare. Not going to help us finish our quest, but it's even more rare. Artrex from Artrex Gaming would probably say the best thing about this game, and I agree this is an awesome feature, is that if I play this character that we're playing right now, and we get to a point where we're doing really well, we've got some gear, some weapons, lots of stuff, whatever, and then Artrex gets on, and he were to create a server, let's say, and say, hey, come join me. If I took this character to his server, I would keep everything I have. All the progress I'd made on my character's development, all the resources, cool things I'd gathered, all of that goes right with me. So that is a really cool feature, and we are in fact picking up gold ore. Alright, so let's check our inventory here and see, after they get this last bit of gold, see how much iron we have. Looks like it went up here somewhere. We only have one little iron ore, so we're going to need much more than that before we can finish this quest. Okay, so let's try to get our last bit of iron we need and finish this part of the quest. This would be, let's see, sometimes it makes sense, unless you're really needing cobblestone, sometimes I think it makes sense to stick with dirt until you get better tools while you're looking for specific things, because you move through the dirt so much faster and you can oftentimes find something a little more quickly that way. Now I'm going to try to do something here. We're going to take this torch up and just move it over a little bit. Give us a little better vision over here. What we want to do is, I kind of don't trust that area down there. I'm a little worried about what might be there. So we're going to fill it in a little bit. And then we'll start getting this stuff that's right above us. And I think we have enough iron ore now that we can go ahead and... Okay. Let's get out of here. There we go. Alright, so... we definitely need a band-aid. Or two. So this is one way you can use the environment. It is going right through him, where he can't get to us. Now a lot of creatures spit things or throw things, at you. We got some meat there from him. Let's see if we can hit him. Nope. And so that kind of move doesn't always work, but it often does. I was going to try to show you what it's like to fight with your sword down here. And you see we got pixels instead of meat that time. Alright, very good. Now what we could have, maybe should have done before, is blocked ourselves in here. Now we're blocked in, so we shouldn't be interrupted again. Go ahead and finish getting this ore, and then we'll go complete this quest. This should be coal here. So basically I see coal, and I think, for now, I think more torches, although that will eventually be a source of fuel that you might use in your ship. Alright. I think we got one piece of raw alien meat, so we'll cook that, and then automatically will be added. Oh no, it did not automatically. We had to put it there. Put it with the other meat that we already had. And now let's smelt some iron ore. So we have 2 iron ore, which is what the quest asked of us to get. We also got 1 more copper and all that. And we got some gold here. It's a lot of gold for this early in the game. Go ahead and smelt all that up, and then we should have the quest completed once we exit out of the stone furnace. Great, good job. You'll need a whole bunch of iron bars to craft an anvil, and that's something that we will want to craft soon. Now you see this "I can barely stand" message. That shows how hungry we are. And we'll look at that next quest in a minute. So you put food in your hand by pressing the corresponding number, and then you left click to eat it. He says, "I need more." Alright, so we're a lot more full now. Now let's check out this quest that we just got. First Contact. This is, at least to my knowledge, it's from what I've played, the last quest you get, at least in this sort of introduction part of the game. Your ship's engine isn't yet strong enough to take you beyond the Alpha sector. Craft a distress beacon, and maybe you'll be able to make contact with a larger ship. Make sure you're ready for anything before you do, though. So this is going to be, and this is our current quest, this is going to be something I probably work on in another video. And the reason is, let's take a look at this distress beacon. Alright, this is what we need for a distress beacon. We need more than twice the amount of pixels we currently have. We need 2 silver bars. We need 4 more copper bars. We need 8 more iron bars. And we also need to build an anvil first, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And then we need wood planks, which are pretty easy to get. The reason why we probably want to build an anvil first is because this next quest, or this last quest of the intro quest, is going to bring down a boss fight. And it's not kidding around. You know, if all you have is your hunting bow or your starter sword, and you try to take this boss on, it is going to take a long time to defeat it, and you're going to have to hide like nobody's business, or it will just one-shot you. So we want to be real careful with that. So that's going to take a while to get all those resources, to get a little bit better gear, at least 1 or 2 pieces, and maybe a one step higher weapon. It'll take a little bit of time, so we'll have to dedicate another video to this last part of the intro quest. But once we do that, you'll have a good sense of getting through all these quests, the kind of time it takes, and then basically, once you finish that, it's at that point it's time for you to start exploring the game, learning new recipes, maybe figuring out building a little bit more established, stronger house, maybe of stone or wood or whatever you want to do, and then start exploring both underground, like we've been doing, and as well above ground, because you never know when you're going to run into key places that can be randomly generated that will give you really nice loot. So anyway, this has been Starbound, going through the tutorial or initial quest lines, and we'll be back with part 2 to finish this thing off very shortly. Thanks for watching.